Hello, and welcome to the Charterstone Times, an award-winning investigative journalism and local gossip podcast, bringing you the latest news from the Santa Royale Charterstone apartment complex. Here, we aim to be your in-depth source for all going-ons in the Merryworth universe. Hello, and welcome again to the Charterstone Times. Today is Wednesday, March 6th, 2024. As a reminder, this weekend on Sunday, if you live in a state which celebrates daylight savings time, you will need to change your clock and spring it forward. Let's check in with the Charterstone Apartments. Yesterday, Mary had received a phone call. When she picked up the phone, she heard a question from Jeff. "Do you have plans for today?" Mary let him know she was thinking about visiting the Botanic Gardens and asked if she wanted to join her. Jeff said, "Flowers are more your thing, Mary, but as long as we're together, I'm game." As he thought this, he looked at his bowl of fruit on his counter. Will they make plans today? How will this event unfold? Let's find out. When we open today's strip, we find ourselves outside. The silhouettes of Mary and Jeff fill the panel. Jeff is wearing a brown jacket and a magenta top. It is a polo top. His white streak of hair, signifying his age, is present over his ear, as always. We learn this is when Mary has suggested a trip to the local Botanic Gardens. In the background, we can see what seem to be cherry blossoms in full bloom. Jeff says, "Aren't the cherry trees blooming early this year?" Mary lets him know that some varieties bloom early. In our next panel, Mary eagerly looks at the panel, excited to finally get to dish about some of her neighbors, as she tells him, while other types generally bloom later, much like my neighbor Keith Helland. Yes, despite the belief and initial thoughts that this week might finally be the week that we get rid of Keith Helland and move on to the next Charterstone story, we are wrong. Mary needs to inform more people in her life about Keith's drama. How exciting. Let's tune in tomorrow to find out what she tells him. That's all for today's edition of the Charterstone Times. Thank you again, as always, for listening. I hope you will tune in tomorrow to see what else happens in the exciting world of the Charterstone Apartments and Merryworth.